Google launched Pixel 3 alongside with Chromecast last year in 2018.
And after a few months later, Amazon released the next-gen Fire TV 4K, priced a little bit more at $49.
Both of these streaming devices have their own perks. The new Fire TV Stick supports 4K and comes with an Alexa remote, which is pretty cool. The Chromecast, on the other hand, is still the king of screen mirroring. So this got everyone thinking, including me, which one has the edge over the other one. Well, to get to the crux of it, let's see what's changed first. It's like Marvel vs. DC, this one.
So the Fire TV Stick 4K now not only supports 4K, HDR and Dolby Atmos, but the new Alexa remote also comes with volume controls, a much needed upgrade over the previous gen Fire Stick. On the other hand, not as much changed with the third gen Chromecast. The design is pretty much the same, and the biggest highlight is perhaps that the Chromecast 3 can now do 1080p at 60 frames per second.
So if you're looking to buy the new Chromecast 3 or the new Fire TV Stick 4K, I've got your back. Before we begin though, make sure you make out with our subscribe button because it's been waiting there the whole time. You're gonna leave it hanging?
Both Chromecast 3 and Fire TV Stick 4K look pretty much the same. I like the angular shape of Fire Stick over the circular design of Chromecast.
But honestly though, the design doesn't really matter because both of these devices are going to sit behind your TV anyway.
What does matter is that both of these streaming devices also come with an HDMI extender, so you'll have enough room to utilize the HDMI ports on your TV.
But what really sets them apart is the remote.
Chromecast 3 doesn't have a remote. The primary way to control your Chromecast still is your smartphone. Say if you want to play something on Netflix or YouTube on your Chromecast, you need to cast it from your smartphone. Well, casting videos is pretty easy for most tech-savvy people, but jumping 10 seconds forward or backward is still a pain in small mobile screens. Thankfully, you can use Google Home, or Google Assistant to be precise, to control playback on your Chromecast. For example, hey Google, play Stranger Things on my bedroom TV. Fast forward 5 minutes. And the same goes true if you have a smart TV that supports HDMI CEC. While your TV remote can't be used as a full-fledged remote for Chromecast, you can pause and play, which is good enough.
But these added bundles and hacks can never replace the dedicated remote of the new Fire TV Stick.
A dedicated remote not only helps you find your favorite shows, but also makes it a lot easier to jump a few seconds forward or backwards while watching movies, something which was a nightmare in Chromecast. What's even better is that the new Alexa remote now has a volume control and power button, so even if you don't have your TV remote lying around, you can easily control pretty much every function on your Fire Stick without it.
So the new Fire TV Stick is clearly the winner when it comes to having a remote. But what about video playback options?
Amazon claims the new Fire TV Stick is 80% faster than the previous gen. We tested that claim in our previous video, and while it's pretty accurate, the new Chromecast 3 is only 15% faster than the previous gen. Not that it matters, because both of them are equally fast.
But the real game changer for me though is that the new Fire TV Stick supports 4K along with HDR10 and Dolby Atmos audio.
While the Chromecast 3 can only do up to 1080p content at 60 frames per second, which one mostly finds on YouTube and in gaming videos.
So if you're looking for a 4K experience on Chromecast, you'd have to buy the Chromecast Ultra, which is $20 more than Fire TV Stick 4K. It's pretty expensive, if you ask me. If you're a child, even if you don't care about the remote or don't have a 4K TV, one big thing to look for in a streaming device is content.
Chromecast 3 still doesn't have any OS. All you get is a fancy wallpaper and slideshows when the device is inactive. Though you can set up a slideshow from your Google Photos, which is pretty cool. But here's the bummer, you don't have as much content playback option for Chromecast as you get with Fire Stick. You get over 5,500 options, from big names like Netflix, Hulu to niche channels like Haystack TV or TV optimized version of Spotify. Not to forget the little amounts of gaming your kids can play on your Fire Stick.
And that's not the end. Since Fire TV Stick is based on the Android ecosystem, that means you can sideload any app onto the Fire TV Stick. We'll come back to that later, but in general, that means there's limitless potential for the Fire TV Stick.
Another bummer for me is that the Chromecast still doesn't support Amazon Prime videos. Even if you try to cast Prime Video from your phone, all you get is a blank screen with audio.
Government training. And now if you'll just follow me, we have one more test to administer. An eye exam.
Which is nothing compared to not having YouTube on Fire TV Stick. I mean, we all know you can easily bypass it with a third-party web browser like Firefox.
Though this might change in the future as Amazon has started selling Chromecast again.
Remember I told you that you can sideload apps onto the Fire TV Stick? Well, apparently you can run VPNs on Fire TV Stick. What?
Meaning you can watch Netflix US or Hulu on your Fire Stick if you're into that kind of stuff.
The process is a little bit tricky, but we've done a video on it and the link is in the description below, so give it a watch.
But even if you don't want to do that, you can always change the DNS settings on your Fire Stick to that of Smart DNS Proxy and remove geo restrictions from streaming sites.
When it comes to the same on Chromecast, things aren't that easy. Just like the previous ones, there's a hard-coded Google DNS that comes with the new Chromecast. If you do want to change it, it'll be really hard and you have to muck about with your router. You don't want to do that.
Similarly, you can't even install VPN apps on Chromecast since there's no OS in the first place.
Fire TV Stick is no competitor against the Chromecast when it comes to screen mirroring. There's no option to screen mirror in the new Fire TV Stick, but you can also use third-party apps like AceQuicken if you do want to use that option.
We tested the app with Android, iOS, Windows and macOS, and to my surprise, it works flawlessly. Both the audio and video had almost no lag.
Although these are just third-party apps that might start working anytime in the future, but if screen mirroring is a big requirement for you, Fire TV Stick is no competitor. However, if you do use it occasionally, the new Fire TV Stick supports it with third-party apps, just like we said. And finally, there's one minor yet important thing the Fire TV Stick can do that Chromecast just can't.
So you can attach a USB drive to your Fire Stick with the help of USB OTG and then access its content with app's ES File Explorer. We tried doing the same for Chromecast, but it didn't work. Similarly, you can connect any accessory with your Fire Stick like headphones, keyboard or mouse, etc., which you can't with your Chromecast.
I often pair my Bluetooth headphones with my Fire TV Stick. That way my girl doesn't eat my ear off. So let's sum it up. The Fire TV Stick has a remote, Chromecast doesn't. The Fire TV Stick has native apps, Chromecast doesn't. The Fire TV Stick can do 4K, Chromecast nowhere near to be seen, unless it's Chromecast Ultra. And the Fire TV Stick can do USB. What are you doing, Chromecast? Well, I'll give you the screen mirroring, because you've got an upper hand with a Fire TV Stick on that one. So who won? Clearly, Fire TV Stick 4K has the upper hand compared to Chromecast 3 in every aspect of streaming, except for screen mirroring, in which case you can just buy Chromecast 3 as an additional device, but Fire TV Stick is worth the extra $15. That's just our opinion though. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. While you're at it, check out our other videos that we've done on Fire TV. Maybe here, I don't know where the editor's gonna put it. There's another one here for Chromecast. Editor, do that will you? Also, check out Smart DNS Proxy if you want to unblock geo-restricted content on your Fire TV Stick or even Chromecast. That way you can watch American Netflix. Get a lot more TV shows than you normally would. Thanks to me. I'm Vamsy, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.